Tycho coming up the middle. Going over the line with Holinka. Watched by Mikhailov. Backhands it. Hit a player's skate. Goes into the corner. Soviets trying to get a whistle, and they succeed.
Well, the Soviet team on the Czech power play have done a very good job keeping it out of their zone. They have gone after them. You saw Mikhailov earlier going after the Czechoslovakian team in their own zone, trying to forecheck a little bit, not letting them get over the Soviet blue line and allow to set up, because once they set up inside that zone, they know what they're doing and they can get the opportunity. But the Soviets throwing a little caution to the wind, trying to do a little forechecking, going in deep, trying to delay the Czechoslovakian team a little in their zone.
And there are 6 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the second period. The Soviet Union won and Czechoslovakia no score. Soviets are a man short, 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the penalty to Golikov. Petrov will take this draw against Yuri Novak, number 11. And the official waiting to get them into position. Now referee Ken Pierce of the United States moves in. Pierce refereeing his second game of the day. He refereed the game earlier.
Do you think he'll sleep tonight?
With Canada winning. Right. Off the boards, down the ice. And that was a political battle. The referees meetings and teams requesting various referees, and they finally agreed to have the U.S. referee handle both games today. Very important, of course. Novak shoots it around the boards to Martinez. Martinez tries to get it back to the blue line, but Petrov breaks it up. Rolls it in on the right wing side to Mikhailov. Mikhailov bumped against the boards by Kaberle. Puck rolls to the blue line inside the Czechoslovakian zone. Two players collide, and the puck's underneath them, and we finally get a whistle.
Well, you know, the Soviets have changed this up. The first time, early in the power play, they went after in the zone. The last time the Czechoslovakian team went back, they just turned and picked up their wings. So they're varying their tactics against Czechoslovakia, trying to defend against this power play.
"13 minutes and 42 seconds have been played in the second period. Puck rolls into Dvorak. Dvorak, number 9, drops it there for Peter Stastny. Stastny comes out for Czechoslovakia, trying to get away from Zlukov, rolls in over the line, bumped by Balderas. Marian Stastny has it, takes a shot, and that was stopped by Luchenko. Back to the line to Mikosh, lets it go, and that goes wide. Stopped on this side by Dvorak. There are 2 seconds left in the Soviet penalty. There's Chernik's shot, and that hit Billy Letnov and went wide. Soviets are back at full strength. Peter Stastny tried to get it. Chernik was bumped off the puck, and here comes Golikov. Balderas circling at the blue line. Golikov goes right in, and Holacek made the big save there.
Well, Golikov came very close on that opportunity after jumping out of the box, and it's very important for the Soviets. Every goal here. Here we have Golikov. You see Balderas in behind, almost gets pushed offside. He manages to straddle the line. This momentarily takes the defender's attention away from Golikov, who moves right in on his own. But we see Holacek coming out to cut off that angle and make the stop. But every goal is important here. The Soviet Union must win this hockey game by 3 goals if they wish to win the gold medal. If they win it by 2 or 1, that's not enough. And of course, if there is a tie or Czechoslovakia wins the game, they will be the world champions.
Earlier today, Canada winning the bronze medal with that 3-2 victory over Sweden. Puck loose at center. Ozar goes over, trying to set up Milan Novi, who's out there for the first time in the game. Novi bumps with Luchenko. And the puck cleared right to Billy Letnov, to Balderas, back to Billy Letnov. On the left side to Makarov, and he let it go into the Czechoslovakian zone, and it's offside.
Well, I just saw the trainer for the Soviet Union taking Alexander Maltsev down the hall into the room, and he was limping very, very badly. And we've seen Lebedev move on the line with the Golikovs here, so the Soviet Union are adjusting their units.
Holinka and Zlukov. Puck is dropped. Ozar. Zlukov comes over the line to Balderas. Goes in behind the Czechoslovakian net. Rolls it in front, and Holinka intercepts. Shoots it to center ice, where it's brought right back by Zlukov to Billy Letnov, number 14, to Balderas. 15 minutes and 15 seconds have been played in the second period. The Soviets lead 1-0. Holinka steals the puck. Rolls it over to Pozar. He's dumped by Billy Letnoff before he could get a shot away. And the Soviets backhand the puck outside their own blue line. It goes to center. Billy Letnoff to Balderas. Over to Zlukov. Zlukov gets a shot, and Holacek makes the save. Now Pozar brings it back to Hlinka. Hlinka was stopped by number 25, Vladimir Golikov. Rolls inside the Soviet line, then out to center. Balderas tried to pass it over and hit Bubla. Hlinka to Novi. Novi, number 6, drops it right back inside his own blue line. Zajac will try to bring it out. Zajac fired to an open wing, goes into the Soviet zone with Pervukin, number 5, behind his own goal. A pass at center ice to Zlukov, trying to set up Lebedev. Zajac to Martinez. Martinez goes over the line. He was stopped. And the Soviets come racing right back. This is Alexander Golikov. Got it over the line, then backhanded it. It would have been offside. Billy Letnoff. Pass goes to the far side, then shot in behind the Soviet net. Billy Letnoff off the boards for Pervukin. Czechoslovakian players dump. There'll be a penalty to Golikov. A tripping call right to the left of Tretiak. This is the World Hockey Championship on CTV. Golikov in the penalty box for the Soviet Union. The time of his penalty, 16 minutes and 34 seconds. And the Soviets lead by a score of 1-0 on a first period goal by Helmut Balderas at 19:05 of the opening period.
Well, I'd like to see the Czechoslovakian team open up a little bit here. I think they've been a little too conservative early in the game, except for the few odd flurry. They've been content to sit on this lead. But with this power play, with 3.5 minutes remaining, this would be a key point to turn it on here and get the opportunity.
Ivan Hlinka, captain of the Czechoslovakian team, goes behind his own goal. Fires it on the right side. Czechoslovakia on the power play. Novak is stopped at center. The puck rolls over to Bubla. Bubla backhands it to Martinez. Martinez going back inside his own line. Now swings out. Going up with Augusta over the line. Passes to Augusta, going for the goal. Spun around by Zagankov. And the puck cleared to an open wing and down the ice into the Czechoslovakian zone. Bubla gives it to Hlinka. Hlinka behind his own net. Passes to Bubla. There are 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the Soviet penalty as Peter Stastny goes in over the line. Drops it back to Chernik. Chernik rolls it in front. Hlinka backhands it into the corner. And they just failed to get a shot at Tretiak. And the puck is pinned there behind the Soviet goal.
And the Czechoslovakian national team, they are trying to open it up here because they moved Hlinka, who is normally a center. And they don't do this very often, these teams in Europe. Put forwards on the point, but they took Keuchel off his point position. And they moved Hlinka, who had taken a regular shift at center. They moved him to one point with Bubla on the opposite, along with the Stastny group. So they're trying to get that extra offensive man out there because Hlinka has the great shot and is a good goal scorer.
This is the final game of the World Hockey Championships. And you talk about sizable crowds. We haven't heard an official attendance for the tournament, but it has to be in the neighborhood of 350,000 people have witnessed games here in the Prague Arena. And they're hanging from the rafters literally in this game. Puck rolls back to Mikosh. Mikosh backhands it into the corner. And the puck slipped underneath them, and we get a whistle as he was tied up there by Petrov. It's really amazing the support the fans have given this tournament, Tom, here in Prague.
Well, everybody talks about it, and everybody's interested in it. I even saw a couple of young hockey players here today with their hockey equipment on, their skates over their shoulder. They must have had a workout somewhere earlier today.
Soviets coming back with the puck. This is Petrov, stopped at the line by Mikosh. Mikosh, number 4, is dumped. Soviets bring it over the line. This is Petrov, rolls it in front. Mikhailov, they score! Petrov. As Mikhailov sends the pass back to him, and he fires it into the empty net, and it's 2-0 for the Soviet Union.
Well, this is a disappointing blow to the Czechoslovakian national team. This puck was just bouncing around here. It's almost offside. You see it being held. Petrov can't seem to get the handle on it. He does. He flips it high in the air. Mikhailov made a very good play to stop it with his glove. Puts it back over to Petrov, who's got the open net to put it in. But that puck was difficult to control. Here it's almost offside at the line. You see Fedosov. He stays onside. Petrov controlling it. That control him. Just flips it over. Mikhailov stopping with his glove back to Petrov for the goal. But that was difficult to control it. But now the Czechoslovakian team, they're down 2 goals in this hockey game, and the gold may be in jeopardy.
Well, and if the goal was scored while the Soviets were a man short, Golikov is still in the penalty box with 25 seconds remaining in his penalty. The time of the goal was 17:59. Petrov scoring, and it's 2-0. Here's Holinka coming out for Czechoslovakia. Pass on the right side. Puck rolled into the corner. Billy Letnov goes after it. Slaps it around to Helmut Balderas. And Balderas just shoots it down the ice right to Holacek. 3 seconds remaining in the penalty. And Golikov steps on the ice. The Soviets are back at full strength. Novi takes it into the corner. Pass in front. Back to the line. And that shot by Keuchel went way wide. Rolling shot from the side missed the net. Keuchel keeps it into Holinka. Goes around the boards. Golikov goes after it. Bumped by Novi. Rolls it in front. And Holinka almost deflected that pass. Tretiak. Up on the right side, here's Balderas. Going in on goal. Balderas moves towards the net. Shoots and shot wide. And there will be a slashing penalty coming up to Czechoslovakia. It's amazing that Balderas did get a shot away because the Czechoslovakian player broke his stick slashing at him.
Well, Bubla had to put the lumber on him because he was going to that net, and what Balderas did too, he saw that he was even. Here we see the Soviet team breaking up. Balderas with his great speed. He sees Bubla coming from the far side, but he takes the time. There's the two-hander breaking his stick. He takes the time to cut across, and you see the puck just going wide of the net. But Bubla just put that wood on him and gets his 3rd minor penalty of the evening.
And the time of the penalty, 19 minutes and 10 seconds.
2 minutes for slashing.
Slashing penalty to Bubla. And the Soviets leading 2-0. Petrov scoring from Mikhailov at 17:59 of this period. And in the first period, it was Balderas scoring from Zlutov at 19:05. Bubla in the penalty box. Golikov moves in for this face-off for the Soviets against Novak, number 11. They go into the corner after it. Fired around the boards to Valery Harlamov. Harlamov trying to get the Soviets into scoring position here. And he lost it to Novak, who shoots it down the ice. And there are 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Soviets on the power play. Led here by Golikov, number 25, over the line. And it's intercepted. Here's a break for Martinet. Martinet's going right in on goal. And he collides with Tretiak. The puck's in the net. The light has not gone on. The light has not gone on, and referee Pierce is standing right there. You see Tretiak. He's saying he's got it out.
Tretiak says it doesn't go over the net, but what happened? Martinez gets that breakaway. He moves right in. Now watch the replay here. Here comes Martinez in. He makes the little move. Tretiak going down. They all go into the net. Martinez, Tretiak. The goal judge didn't put on the light. He said that the puck didn't go over the net. Here's Martinez stealing the puck again. Perhaps this is a better angle to see it from. There we see the last Soviet defender diving. Martinez cuts in front, goes to the net with the puck. Everything goes. Everything. Martinez right into the net. And what they're saying, Tretiak, there you see the puck. It didn't go over the line. You see the puck just in front of the line. Even though the goaltender went back, you see Tretiak put his glove on it. But the goal judge didn't turn on the light. There's the puck in front of the line. There it is. And all of the puck has to go over all of the line. And there's the puck lying on the line, not over top, and the goal was not called. There's the first sight we see of it right now. It's not over the line. All of the puck has to be over all of the line.
Well, it was a tough position for the goal judge with the players in the net. But as you saw in the replay, at least from that angle, it did not go over the goal line. So it remains 2-0 with 15 seconds remaining here in the second period.
Oh, and what a goal that would have been for the Czechoslovakian team. With 15 seconds remaining, that would have given them a big lift coming out here for this third period. It's important to score in that last minute of play of the period.
And there's still a man short with 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the slashing penalty to Bubla. Puck rolls to Boris Mikhailov, left it there, and now Sagankov will try for the Soviets, and we have 7 seconds left in the second period. Rolls the puck out to center. Petrov over the Czechoslovakian line, got a shot just as the horn goes to end the second period of play. And rightly so, Tom, a very close call in the Soviet net.
Well, this 2-0 lead that the Czechoslovakian national team, or the Soviet team, has in this game, they haven't, the Czechoslovakian team hasn't lost, and this is a very important point.
This is the World Hockey Championship on CTV. And they'll be obviously out trying to add to that total very early. Here in the third period, they start with a power play. Bubla is still in the penalty box for Czechoslovakia, and he has 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in his penalty. Puck is taken at center ice by Mikhailov, shoots it into the corner, and it's slapped off the boards and outside the line by Pozar. Cleared onto this side to Fedosov. He shoots it over on right wing, and it's broken up and shot down the ice right back into the Soviet zone with 38 seconds remaining in Bubla's penalty. Fedosov, number 2, behind his own goal. Leading a Soviet power play attack. Harlamov is on the left side, goes into the corner after it, but it's called offside at the Czechoslovakian line. And there are now 27 seconds left in Bubla's penalty. Faceoff comes outside the Czechoslovakian blue line. 2-0, the Soviet Union leading Czechoslovakia. We played 43 seconds here in the third period. Pass over to Valery Harlamov, shoots it into the corner, goes in after it with Holinka. Holinka bumps him. Harlamov backhands it back to Fedosov. Fedosov gets set, his shot, and it went sailing through the crease and went wide. Sagankov dumps it into the corner, gets it back again. Back to Fedosov. Fedosov fakes a shot. There's a drive, and it's knocked down in front as Petrov let that shot fly. Petrov has it again. Passes in front. Harlamov just failed to get his stick on it. Sagankov rolls it into Mikhailov. Around the boards to Petrov. Petrov is bumped. And the Czechoslovakian team back at full strength. Fedosov bumped by Pozar. Fedosov has the puck, takes a long shot, and that's stopped by Yuri Holacek. Harlamov bumped into the corner by Pozar. Pozar left it there for Mikosh. Mikosh tried to get it out, and the rolling puck goes to center to Holinka. Holinka passes on the left side, and 4 Soviets are back quickly to cover Pozar. Breaking away for the Soviets is Petrov, going over the line, got a shot. That hit Holacek high and goes into the corner. And slapped off the boards, down the ice into the Soviet zone. And it's icing against Czechoslovakia. We've played exactly 2 minutes here in the third period. Big day for Team Canada. Earlier today, Canada defeating Sweden 3-2, winning the bronze medal. Marcel Dion, who had an outstanding series. Sharpley and Hickey were the goal scorers for Team Canada today. Hickey getting the winner. Here it's the Soviets leading 2-0 over Czechoslovakia for the gold medal. Kapustin comes in over the line to Zluktov, back to Kapustin, and his shot is gloved by Yuri Holacek. And the Soviets have to increase that goal production to win the gold medal over Czechoslovakia.
Well, here we see the Soviets moving over the line, and Czechoslovakia has got to pick up the tempo of this hockey game. They can't just sit back and try to defend. They've got to start mounting an attack.
Ilya Letnov let a shot go that goes wide of the Czechoslovakia net. Mark Netz got it, shoots it out to center ice to Novak. Novak coming in with Augusta over the line, and it's bumped away from him. And going after it is Vladimir Luchenko. Luchenko left the puck there. Bounces off the boards to Balderas. Balderas trying to feed it to Kapustin. Rolls into the Czechoslovakian end. And it's icing against the Soviets. This is the World Hockey Championship on CTV. To go, the puck is dropped, comes back to Mikosh, but he couldn't keep it in. Golikov races into the Czechoslovakian zone. Dvorak had him tied up. Back to the line. That shot by Provukin hit a player in front. And Czechoslovakia comes back. Marian Stachny going over the line with brother Peter. Puck rolls into the corner as Vasiliev slips and falls. Lebedev bumping with Marian Stastny. The puck rolls into the corner. And Chernik has his player tied up. And moving in to help out is Pervukin, and they get a whistle.
Well, we see Lebedev now taking a regular shift. So apparently Maltsev will not be back. He went to the room before the end of the second period, but he's been replaced on this line with the two Golikov brothers by Lebedev.
And we played 3 minutes and 9 seconds here in the third period. That shot just went wide of the Soviet goal. And it's cleared by Lebedev down the ice. And back after it is Dvorak, number 9. And it's icing against the Soviet Union. 2-0 for the Soviets on goals by Balderas and Petrov. And over 2 periods, the Soviets have outshot Czechoslovakia 24-12. 3 minutes and 21 seconds have been played here in the third period. Harlamov rolls it outside. Petrov takes it, and he collides at center ice. Milan Novi comes back over to Halinka, drops it in front, and that was broken up by Fetisov. Cleared to the far side. Keuchel goes after it for Czechoslovakia. He's bumped off the play, and Zagankov leads a rush up to Valery Harlamov. Gets away from Pozar. In behind the Czechoslovakian goal, rolls it in front. That shot is stopped by the goaltender Holacek as Balderas or Mikhailov let it go. Now it's the Czechoslovakia team, Bubla, getting it over the line, and they call it knocked down with a high stick. Novi, number 6, on the replay. Well, judge for yourself. Was it hit by the high stick? Referee says yes, and we have a face-off. 4 minutes and 3 seconds have been played in the third period. And change of players right around. Lukov comes to center ice now for the Soviet Union. Puck rolls inside the Soviet line, then slapped off the boards down the ice, with Caberly going back after it, and the Soviets again called on the icing. Tretiak in goal for the Soviet Union. The face-off to his left. Ready now. Novak against Lukov. Puck rolls over, slapped against the boards, and covering up is Vasiliev. He shoots it out to center ice. Balderas almost breaks away, but it's an offside pass.
Well, on that offside pass, Balderas always dangerous. He likes to stay high. Here we see right from the draw, the puck coming loose. It gets thrown ahead. And if it hits that defender there, he might have been onside, but he likes to stay very high, get behind the defenseman, and use his speed to go to the net.
4 minutes and 20 seconds have been played in the third period. The Soviet Union leading 2-0. Billy Aletnov goes after the puck, number 14. Fires it behind his own net to Vasiliev. Up on the left side to Sergei Makarov. He was knocked against the boards. Kept inside, and then finally Zlukov gets it to Balderas. Balderas fakes a shot, and he was stopped inside the line by Zajac. Long pass, but the Czechoslovakian player bumped against the boards by Vasiliev. Here comes Balderas back again, number 19. Going over the line, drops it back for Zlukov. Intercepted by Martinez. Then he's checked. Novak got it momentarily, and Makarov comes back now for the Soviets. Makarov coming into the Czechoslovakian line. He's checked. And we reach the 5-minute, 10-second mark of the third period. Stastny coming to the Soviet line and over. Shoots it into the corner. Vasiliev goes back after it. Billy Aletnov helps out. Can't get it out. Czechoslovakian player keeps it in. That's Chernik trying to get it in front. Peter Stastny was tied up. Mikosh dumps it in behind the Soviet goal. Billy Aletnov.